All right, so this workout, we're giving it more of an upper focus. So if you have any kind of knee or hip injuries or any kind of issues with your knees and hips, this is going to be a great workout for you. We've got 5 rounds that we're looking for, and we're looking for 15 repetitions of each movement. So nice and easy to count, nice and easy to track as you go through those rounds. You can use a penny, you can use any kind of thing that you can pull from one side to another so that you can keep track of how many rounds you've done. Today's workout, we're looking for a chest press, some scap retractions for good posture, some bicep curls, an alternating overhead press, some plank shoulder taps to get your core working, and then we're going to wrap the round up with some sit-ups for those upper abdominals. So remember, 15 repetitions of each, 5 total rounds. Let's jump in. All right, starting out with 15 of a chest press. You can do this on the floor like Caitlin was here. You can do it on a flat surface like a couch or a bed. Either way, we've got your knees relaxed, nice and bent there with your feet flat. And we're letting those weights with the elbows wide out to your side as you press over your chest. So you're basically head, upper back, your butt, they're all resting comfortably on that platform that you're on. And we're pressing those weights right over your chest, and the heads of the dumbbells should come almost together, and then control them back out to that lowered wide position to the point where your backs of your arms go ahead and touch that ground. That's when you press out of it. So again, 15 of these, and then we'll move on. Okay, to kind of counterbalance some of that pressing we just did and to work on some posture, we're going to do some scap retractions here. So your feet are going to be a little wider than your shoulder width. You're going to just slightly rest your toes on the ground. We're going to go arms overhead, but with your palms facing down towards the ground, but pulling your chest up to hold that maintained position there. We're going to slide your elbows back and down towards your butt, making sure to squeeze your shoulder blades not only together, but down towards your lower back as well. That's going to pull that chest open. That's going to help pull those shoulders back. So we're going to work through 15 of these, making sure we keep that chest up the whole time and really driving those hips into the ground for that bonus support. Getting out of this one. All right, next we're gonna grab those dumbbells. We're gonna get your feet underneath your hips just for stability. We're gonna keep your elbows glued to your side and your shoulders pulled back. Your palms are gonna face forward, and we're gonna work our way into some bicep curls here. So 15 bicep curls, keeping those palms forward, letting the elbows bend to that natural bend of the elbow and giving those biceps a good squeeze as you get up to the top of that range of motion. Never let your elbows deviate from your side. Always push them in nice and tight. That's going to keep that line of pull right on those muscles. And next, we're going to go into more of a front rack position. So keeping those dumbbells with your palms facing each other so that the head rests on your shoulders. We're going to press one arm all the way up overhead, keeping that palm facing in, and then we're going to lower it back down and then alternate with the other side. So we're making sure as we press overhead, we're keeping your abs tucked tight and pulled down so that you're not arching your back as you do go overhead. Your elbow is going to end up right next to your ear as you get that extended arm overhead, and then nice and slowly return it back to the start. So again, just looking for 15 here, keeping those abs tight throughout the process. And so next we're going to sit up in a high plank position. I want your feet set up nice and wide for this one though. That's going to help keep your hips very stable, which is our goal here. Your hands are set up just under your shoulders, and we're going to shift your weight to one arm, and we're going to reach up with the other arm and tap the opposing shoulder. And that's where we're going to alternate for 15 total. The objective is to try to keep your hips as stable as possible. Don't let your hips shift a lot from side to side if you can help it. You can always try to do that from your knees if it's a little too challenging on your toes as well. And next we're going to work into some sit-ups. So 15 here, we've got yourself on your back, knees slightly bent, and using your heels as your anchor points. We're going to use those arms to thrust forward, so that you come into that full sit-up position, reaching up towards between your feet. So the more forceful you are with getting those arms coming up, that's going to help you into that sit-up position, especially as you get into those later rounds. As you go back, think about going nice and slow as you uncurl vertebrae by vertebrae from your lower back to your upper back as you get to that starting position again. So 15 here, and we're good with one round. Getting out of this one. All right, so that is one round. Again, we're looking for a total of 5 rounds here. Make sure you're counting your repetitions, 15 of each exercise, and counting your rounds as well. It's good if you keep track of your time. You can see how you improve over time by noting how fast you're able to complete it, but make sure you're pushing yourself through these and moving with high quality, and let us know if you have any questions at all as you go through this. We're here to help. Getting out of this one.